Thanks for stopping by today, guys. We're going to be making a flat iron steak on the Weber. We're going to be using the Slow N Sear from Adrenaline Barbecue. All that information will be down below in the description box. Y'all stick around and we'll get right to it. Alright guys, welcome back. What we have here is the Young Bucks steak seasoning, and we're just going to give this flat iron steak a nice liberal coating of this, and it's just a good textured salt, pepper, garlic seasoning, and we're going to put a good little layer of this seasoning on this flat iron steak before we toss it in our bag with marinade, just so we can help those flavors really seep in. And I wanted to mention this flat iron steak was actually provided by a member of the North Texas Barbecue Addicts. This is top-notch beef, and I will put their information down below in the description box if y'all want to check them out. But he wanted to see what I thought about his product. This is all grass-fed beef, so we'll see what it looks like when we're done. This is all seasoned up on this side. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and get it seasoned up again on the other side. I'll catch back up with y'all when we're throwing it in the marinade. Alright, what we have here is some cilantro that I've already cut off the stem, and we're going to go ahead and give it a fine dice before we throw it in our gallon freezer bag with our marinade and a little bit of leftover chopped onions. Just give it a nice dice. Whatever knife you're using, just make sure that it's a good sharp one. Should be an easy task if you have a good sharp knife. I'm going to go ahead and get this chopped up, and we will get it thrown into our gallon bag along with the onions and the marinade, and I'll catch back up with y'all when we're doing that. Alright guys, it's time to make our marinade that we're going to put into our gallon size Ziploc bag here. I'm just going to show you a couple things that we have in it. We're going to put some Miller Lite in there. And we're going to use some more of this handcrafted Louisville, Kentucky soy sauce, as well as a little Worcestershire sauce, and some onions that have been chopped up, and that cilantro we chopped up. I'm going to put this in the bag, and when we're putting the flat iron steak in here, I'll catch right back up with y'all. Alright guys, welcome back. We've got that all good and incorporated. The cilantro, the onions, the Worcestershire sauce, one whole beer, and a little bit of that handcrafted Louisville, Kentucky soy sauce. Let's go ahead and get our flat iron steak thrown in here. And the idea is you want enough liquid in there to be able to cover your entire steak up. And looks like we need a little bit more. So we'll put a little bit more Worcestershire sauce in there right over the top. And when we seasoned it, I didn't put a whole lot of the salt, pepper, garlic on there because Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce already have a high salt content. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this sealed up, and we're going to work that in that bag real well, make sure that it gets all these flavors in there. I'm going to sit it in the fridge for about 2 hours. I'll catch back up with y'all here in 2 hours, and we'll get it taken out of the bag. And we'll dab it down with a paper towel, re-season it, and then we'll be grilling it up. Alright guys, this flat iron steak's really been marinating for around 4.5 hours. Had my son's baseball game and let it marinate a little bit longer. That's okay though, the longer the better. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of extra steak seasoning on from Young Bucks. Let's go ahead and get this seasoned up. Alright guys, as you can see, we got a good solid heat source going in the Slow N Sear there. We're going to go ahead and get our flat iron steak tossed right onto the indirect side. Right there. And we're not going to waste any time. We're gonna go ahead and get the lid closed down on this and get right to cooking. Again, we're shooting for an internal temperature of 115 to 120 degrees internal before we go to sear it on the direct fire side. I'll update y'all here in about 30 minutes and see what we're looking like. Hang tight. Alright, I just checked the internal temperature probe and it said we were right at 118 degrees internal on this flat iron steak. Take a look at that. Got plenty of heat over here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is toss it right on. Wow, look at that. Listen to that sizzle. I'm going to let this cook for about a minute each side, a minute and a half each side, and then I'm going to take it and put it right over here, and I'll get it wrapped in foil and a little bit of butter in there and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Alright guys, this has been resting for about 10 minutes and we're going to go ahead and give it a slice here and see what we're working with and give it a taste after that. Man, check that out. We got it up to about 125 degrees internal before we let it rest, and we're just going to slice right there at the end. Man, that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and give my partner in crime here a little sample taste here and let her tell y'all just how good it tastes.
It's amazing.
I'm going to give it a shot too, why not? You can really taste that onion with that cilantro and the Worcestershire sauce and the soy sauce in there. It's tender as can be, y'all can tell. That grass-fed beef from Top Notch Beef is real good. Again, I'm going to put their information down below in the description box. And they're a member of North Texas Barbecue Addicts. I'll put North Texas Barbecue Addicts information in the description box as well. I appreciate y'all for following along on this this reverse sear on this flat iron steak. I'm going to go ahead and get this sliced up. It's dinner time for us. I'll catch y'all next time.